But but yeah, man, it was a all in all, yesterday it was definitely a good time though. It was
Oh, I had fun. I
yeah.
had
Was
fun.
the I spent I spent some time like not doing the whole battle thing, other than like that one with you last week. But when people were wanting to see it, I was like, well, I've had some pieces of ideas, and then when I agreed to do it, I'm like, well, great, now I got to actually make a real idea and put this together. And I was trying to think of some categories for some questions, and yeah, I changed some things a few times before settling on the final nine. But from what I saw, they were some good questions from what people said. Kind of made them think a little bit. Made some of the voting a little difficult in some people's eyes.
Yeah, it was a dope concept. I like the way how you spun it. I enjoyed it.
What's
It
going
was
on?
it,
Yeah,
it was it was different than just asking the question, show me this and show me that. It was actually
right. Because
different. It was more interactive.
yeah, because the thing is, like, it's a sneaker battle, right? There's only so many ways you can do it. Like, you have questions, or it's a free for all, and then there's voting, period. So
Yeah.
if you find some kind of way to just kind of make it a little bit different or add some extra layer of entertainment, that's what you go for. So that's what I was trying to do, and it seemed like it worked out because at the end of the day, it was still the same thing, just questions and people answer them, but the presentation. So the next one around, I have an idea or two. So we'll see. Just give it some time. What's going on, people that just showed up? I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I know this is somewhat of a last minute live in a way. I only say that because I just posted the live thing like maybe was it like 30 minutes ago, something like that. But the video itself has been in talks for about a week now, I think. So, but yes, what's going on to Paula and my kick sick? For anybody that's out there, of course, please be sure to find my kick six channel here on YouTube. Go check that out. He's live pretty often, giving out all kinds of information as far as like what's coming up, where those shoes are going to be, what's going to be your best place to get them, where all you can go as far as that goes. Help give you some insight on on what you can expect from each pair. You know what I'm saying? So he's putting out a lot of information that's super helpful. Him and the whole Kick Squad. So find him. You'll find them. You won't be unentertained. I will give you my word on that. So what we're here to what we're here to talk about today, obviously, if you see the title, got a couple shoes here. Well, I have one pair. BX over there, he has another pair. So before we go getting into the details and all that good stuff, BX, if you would please just kind of tell people who you are, where they can find you, the normal introductionary things.
Um, I'm BX underscore raised double underscore. You can find me on IG and a little bit on YouTube. I'm a sneaker connoisseur. I like sneakers, so I dabble in the sneaker world. Give me a follow if you want. Hanging out with my guy, Mr. Shoes Up Steve Down over here. We got something to talk about today. Pretty good.
That we do. So I know some of you guys follow me, and I do appreciate that. And I know that I can put out a good number of videos, so it's hard to keep up with all that stuff. And if you miss them, I totally get it. But here's the thing. Maybe it was November, possibly October. It was a while ago. I
It was
put
a
up,
while ago.
yeah, it was. Even the last time I did this, there was a long stretch of time that passed. But I put up a little contest, right? I said, hey, design some shoes for me through Nike ID. I gave people a certain realm to work with, meaning like I had to exclude certain models that I just don't like. But I left it pretty open, you know what I mean? Because there was only like I think three that I said I didn't want. And so I got a handful of submissions and whatnot. Not as many as the previous time, but I got a handful of submissions and went through them and had to pick a winner, right? And so that's why we are where we are today. Now, BX, he happens to be the guy that submitted the picture that I ended up choosing. So that's what's going to be in this box. Now, far be it from me to just take from people, right? So I decided I had to give something back to the winner. And so what he's going to be unboxing is a pair of Nike ID shoes that I paid for him of equal or lesser value. And so then we'll get on into his pair and see what he got. So we're just going to be doing that, talking about some things and generally just hanging out. So it should be a pretty good time.
I'm just like going to say something. I just checked. The messages. This was back in mid-September.
Jesus Christ. So here's because initially what I wanted to do was put the contest out there, right? And give people like a couple of weeks to, like, get their thoughts together, get their pictures together and submit them. And I kind of just lose track of things. It happens, you know what I'm saying? But either way, here we are.
First of all, while you do that, I like to say, thank you for this opportunity. I didn't think anything was going to happen. Far be it from when you threw out the contest. I was on Nike ID the night before, just messing with stuff, and then I go through, was it Instagram or YouTube, and I saw you threw out the contest. I said, okay, he's a Air Max 1 kind of guy. So I don't know how many different ones I threw at you.
A lot.
It was about 5 or 6 of them different designs I threw at you. So I don't know what's in the box. So let's go. Let's see.
So that's right. Yeah. So because BX, like I said, he sent in a bunch of submissions, and obviously I only chose to pick one. So I'm going to open this thing up, and I'll let him talk about the shoe itself once I show it, because each one that he made, he kind of had an idea of why he made it, inspirational reasons and such. Because you don't just like pick random colors and throw it at people. Well, you shouldn't. Man, and here we go. This right here. An Air Max 1. They both, well, actually, I better pull out both of them, because also on the back, get that lined up there, right? Got to put the initials on there, right?
Yeah. So
Bobby Sneaker World, what's going on?
That is a dope colorway.
Yes. So this is the one that I went with of the 18 or so that he sent in to me.
It's only 5 or 6.
Okay, yeah, that's right. It was only 5 or 6, but still, this was the one. I forget. I had some reasons for not picking some of them, because I think they were close to things that I already had. 1 or 2 of them was, but this one jumped out at me. I'm like, man, this is freaking nice. And real quick before I turn things over to you to talk about, let me bring this solo layout up real quick. As Bobby Sneaker World, who also has a pretty solid YouTube channel, he gets a number of these Nike IDs, and he can attest to this. Like, the quality of these Air Max 1s is freaking phenomenal. Like, seriously, it's a lot better than you would expect, and that you get from things that are even higher priced. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something worth checking into. If you don't see anything that you want straight up on the Nike site, go and make something for yourself, But now, BX, please tell the people.
The concept behind that one was, I know you're from Iowa, and I know you're from Iowa, and I wanted, at the time that you threw out this contest is around, like, it was going into fall. So I was looking at some fall colors, and I put that green and that mustard yellow together, and that's the concept that's the colorway that I came up with, and the gum bottom, just to make it even pop a little bit more, was why I went with that. And then to throw on the back to, a homage to you yourself, shoes up, sleeve down, on the back to your channel and everything else. So that's where the concept came from. That.
All right. Yeah. So again, it makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really like this color combination. It's not one that you really see a whole lot of. Like, I don't know that I've really seen anything like this, you know. And honestly, like when I look at these laces, it kind of makes me think of like wheat and stuff. You know what I mean? But you know, that might be the Iowa side of me coming out.
That too, you know. I, the other ones were good as well, but you know, I like that one. I think that was the very first one that I sent you. That's the very first one I sent you.
Because I know there was this one, and then there was one that was similar.
Like the reverse colors. The
Is that
colors were
what it was?
reversed, like inverted.
See, like OG sneakers, he says it looks like corn. Yeah, I mean, as a huge fan of corn, that might have been it. You know, one of those one of those subconscious things. You know, but I gotta say though, again, because I've probably said it before, but seriously though, thank you for the time and the effort you put into designing this. I appreciate it a whole heck of a lot, which is again why I was a little inclined to give something back. Obviously, anytime I ask for something from people or whatever, you can always expect something back or the giveaways from time to time just to show the general appreciation. But every so often you gotta go a little bigger. So let's go ahead and see where my money went. Yeah.
I'd just like to say, like, thanks for giving me the opportunity to design. Like, I've never designed a shoe for anyone else, you know. So, you know, thank you.
Oh yeah, no
Now,
problem, man.
now I'm gonna open this box.
This might be BX's first live unboxing of a shoe. I don't
It
know.
is, you know, usually when I get a shoe and I just open it up right away. I don't wait to do it on live or anything like that.
Yeah, I well while you're doing that, I did also get another box in today, so at some point this week I will have another review. I'm gonna do an actual review of these shoes probably after this, you know, to give them the full normal treatment that I give everything. But I just wanted to bring something out there to the people. So there we go. Another Nike ID, of course.
A lot of you are gonna see this looks familiar, but for me, it's new because I've never had this shoe before. And I watched a few of Bobby Sneaker World's Nike ID unboxing, and he said one thing that stuck out to me: if Nike's not going to give it to me, or I can't hit on it on sneakers, I'm just going to make it myself. So what I did, I never got the OG Nike Air Max 1, so I designed my own. But the thing that I did with mine is that I changed the sock lining from white to red because you know how that sock lining is, and also I made the air bubble red because everything else on the regular Nike one is white or clear. So I never was able to get the OG colorway, and since I wasn't able to get it, and Shoes Up Sleeves Down gave me the opportunity to design one, I was like, "This is a good time to get the original colorway." And on the back, I put KIL, which is my brand with my fellow sneaker friends. It stands for Kicks His Life. And so I put that on the back. And this is the Nike ID that I made. Thank you, Shoes Up, Sleeves Down. Thank you.
Hey, no problem at all. Like I said, you know, I like to give back when I can, you know. And optimistic, he's saying that's a good idea of changing the sock liner. Because, yeah, I made a comment about that the other day. I know E Money talks about it all the time. The wrong color sock liner can just create a bit of a mess. But yeah, I also wanted a pair of those Air Max ones in the past whenever I forget when they were releasing and stuff. But, you know, sometimes things just don't work out for you. And like you were saying, I remember Bobby Sneaker World, he did make some of his own with his own twist on them. It really is the way to go because you can easily get them and you can change some of the little things that you don't like and still get that same, well, get better quality.
Yeah,
And honestly,
you're
like,
right. The quality is great on these. I don't know if everybody did Nike Air Max 1 IDs, but this is like, I think this is my second.
uh-huh.
And the quality is great on these shoes.
And it also doesn't take that long because I think I put our orders in on the 5th or the 6th, and they're made in, was it Vietnam, right?
Yes.
So they're made in Vietnam and then sent here. So from the 5th to today, what's that, 9 days?
Yeah.
And here they are, right? So I've I waited longer than that just to get some stuff straight from Nike that they just sell off the shelves. You know what I'm saying? I think when my what was that thing? Like when those orange Air Max 90s came out, those took freaking forever to ship.
Yeah. These are dope. I'm happy. Like I can't thank you enough for this. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And they don't come in that traditional Nike box, with the tape all over it.
Yeah, yeah,
Inconspicuous box, no one will ever know, or that just steal me tape on it.
yeah. I do like how they. I don't know if you noticed, like on the side when they have the, like they put your name on there and say like Nike by you, or by your name. But all in all, man, these are pretty nice.
Yes.
The the first pair of Nike IDs that I got was when I did the last contest like this, and I got those Prestos, which was done by, what's his name, David Aleve. Forget where he is. I think he's in Germany or something. Germany or Denmark. I forget exactly where, but those came out really nice. These also came out really nice. So I'll probably, in some amount of time, have to do this again, because it's been working out. You know what I mean? It's been working out pretty well.
And I chose the Air Max One. I chose the Air Max One because I know you like the Air Max One silhouette. That's why I went with that one.
So you wish they would have done that to the Air Max 95? Oh, well, what were you talking about? Optimistic, like changing like the bubble color? Like I'm not sure what he was referring to there. Let's see, and then Fly's talking about. I'm just catching up on some of the comments because I know I missed a lot of those in yesterday's live, so I'm trying to make up for it today. Let's see. I remember those green ones. Then need a comparison to those in the anniversary pairs of the Air Max ones. Yeah, that I don't have those. I tried and it just didn't work. I never the only Air Max one I got in that colorway was the Flyknit Air Max one when they were doing those for, it seemed like they only did those for a couple months. Like this, okay, the sock liner, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm very sure. I'm very sure that Nike, or excuse me, that 95s are on the site as far as doing the Nike by you things and all that. So I'm gonna get on there and check, man, because again, it it doesn't take that long, and they give you some decent colors to work with. Like some models are a little better than others. It's like they just let you, I don't know, give you a little more to do on there, so to speak. But they're all pretty solid, at least from what I saw. I mean, unless you get something that's already just very plain, you're not going to have a lot to work with anyway. But I remember like a couple years ago when they had like the Air Max 2015 or 16. One of those they had on there was like the stuff they let you get down into the details on. It's crazy. 313 says she designed a 90 and never ordered. How can you, her, like I would assume she'd have at least a handful of these. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Nike IDs. Yeah.
Because I know she likes a lot of like the Air Maxes in general.
See, the thing about Nike ID, they'll let you get close to the original if you're trying to do that as possible, but they won't let you they won't let you do an original. Like this panel right here on the original is actually gray. It's actually gray, but on Nike ID, they only give you white and other colors. They won't let you get a gray. They let you get a gray, but not the type of gray that's on the OG pair. So it had to be white right here. It couldn't be any other color. Um, that's about it. But Nike ID is pretty good. Some of the colors are crazy, but if you play around with it long enough, you'll find something or use your imagination. You'll get a good sneaker out of it. Something that you'll like, a colorway that Nike won't even think of, and still like they did for Bobby Sneaker Raw.
Yeah, man, that's the thing because I see people on there, and kind of like how I had you like once you design yours, just click the little share option so I can get right to it without having to actually manually recreate it. Because I've seen a couple that people put out there and all that. And I'm like, man, there's some creative people out there messing around with these different models and stuff. And I haven't seen it lately, but I remember, was it last year, they had got some people together and similar to like the Dornbecker thing, just on a smaller scale. They had people design some shoes and then they picked like 6 to 10 of them and just kind of sold them on a small window through like the Nike site. Because I remember Bobby Sneaker World picked up one pair, but they had a good number of them out there. I just can't remember what that thing was called, like something creators, Nike Creators Club, maybe something like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah, those 20. What were you about to say?
no, I said yeah, I remember that, but it's the colors. Some colors are better than others, and to make a shoe actually pop, it's better when you design or put colors together that no one else has. Like that shoe
Yeah.
that you have right there, you know that you're probably one of one that has that color scheme
Yeah,
on that shoe, especially
right.
with the SUSD on it.
Exactly. Because that's the thing. And especially like you were talking about with changing that gray panel to white, or you didn't have the option, but it's just saying that's something like people will look at, and some people will notice like, oh, okay, I see what you did there. Like they'll see it, they'll be like, okay, like oh, that must be like customized. Because they'll see like the red bubble and like the liner and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Nice to
Yeah,
stand out a little bit.
yeah. I wanted that part to stand out. Because usually on the regular one, like I stated before, this is clear or white or whatever, but I had to make it red so it popped. Maybe let you know that it's actually Nike ID or whatever. That the
Mm-hmm.
other original
Green future.
anniversary one doesn't have that red Air Max bubble.
Right. And then of course the one on here is green. And that's another thing that I like because it was it the Vapor Maxes, I think? Something initially, like they just put out so many plain colors. And when I say plain, I mean just like the clear standard plastic. And then when they would eventually later put out the ones that have a little bit of color to them, people were kind of flocking to those because it was different. So I don't know why they seem to overlook that, because not everything even looks right with it just being
Yeah,
plain clear.
yeah. I don't know. People like color. That's a lot. A lot of people like different colors.
Right.
Color that, like, if you're wearing an outfit, your sneaker just stands out. People like color.
Okay. And see, going back to what I was saying before, 313 is saying that like K Black got to sell her shoe she designed. So yeah, I just can't remember the name of that, but you would think that they would have done that again by now. Because I mean, I know they, with like the Dornbecker thing, I get that they have to go and actually work with these kids and stuff. So now isn't really the best time to be doing that. But with something like the Nike ID things, like if people are just submitting them, I mean, people are at home in a lot of cases with a little bit more free time than on average. So why not let them cash in on that? Send some stuff out there.
How often are you on Nike ID?
Me, not very often. Like I think I was on there back probably in September when I was looking at stuff, and then it's like, well, maybe I'll just have somebody make shoes for me. So here we are. I mean, it worked though.
Yeah.
But let's see, Vapor. Let's see. So Vapor Max went crazy when they changed the bottoms. Yeah, it took a while because they had difficulties coloring that. Oh, okay. I didn't know why. I just knew that there were a lot of plain. There was a lot of plain stuff out there. I'm putting the wrong comment. That's the one I meant to. But yeah. But I mean,
Which is why I said essential life sucks.
yeah. Well, some people are out there, being all important and whatnot. I mean, you don't just be the hardest working man in shoetainment without being essential. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing people need. People need entertainment. I do what I can, but I'm just saying. Let's see. They did that this year. Okay, I guess I must have just missed it then. But it does happen. I try to follow. I followed their little thing that they have on Instagram, like whatever that account is that they said to follow. But I don't know about you guys, but I have a lot of people on my like follow list on there, so I don't see everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's see. They let people design Tuesday. Yeah, because I remember the last year ones, and if I saw pictures, I might remember 2018 also, but I don't know for sure.
I
And
remember that when they had people go vote, it was either on the sneakers app or somewhere else where people could vote
oh yeah,
for the shoe.
yeah, yeah, I remember that too.
And if you voted on the shoe, they'll give you like early access to purchase the shoe when the shoe was released.
See, my thing was like I kind of got turned off on their whole voting thing with that Atmos Air Max fiasco. Was that 2017 when they had everybody vote on which Air Max they wanted to get for Air Max Day? They make it seem like it's just going to be readily available and you just have to go to the site and buy them. And nope, they made like 6 pair and they just went super fast, of course.
You know, Nike has a notoriety of doing that, making limited pairs, and everybody go crazy because they want one, and then they're gone.
Yeah. And then with stuff like that, I mean, they don't always let you use some of those types of colors, you know, like when you get on there, I know I saw somebody showing off some dunks they made with like the elephant print and all that, but it's just not one of those things that they put out there all the time, and they don't put it out there on all the models either. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just gotta catch them at the right time. And then even when I saw these, I don't know how true it is, but they were like, make sure you order quick because certain things sell out. I'm like, okay, I guess. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, we were good. So
Yeah, yeah. What, 9 days? I honestly didn't expect this to show up this fast. I thought it was going to be sometime in January when these would pop up. But you sent me the link, and I'm like, wait, Monday? Like, I don't think it's going to come out Monday. So I'm looking. It's like it's still in Vietnam. How's it going to get here by Monday? And lo and behold, I go out to the front door. There's a box in front of the door. Like, shit.
because that was like Saturday, maybe Friday that we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, because when my pair first started shipping, that's what they said to me was that, yeah, it'll probably be here on this day. I'm like, between getting from wherever it is, going through all that stuff, the fact that it's the holidays and things are starting to get backed up and whatever, like I was I was skeptical that they'd even be here like before Christmas. You know, I was hoping they would, so we can get this video knocked out and all that good stuff. Because I know you got your things going on. So
I
and
really don't.
I thought you said like you had some stuff going on like.
Oh, that's different. Like I was at home all day today. I didn't go to work.
No, like
They told us to telework, but yes. Next Tuesday is when I leave. Next Tuesday, and
okay.
I'm going to be wearing these next Tuesday when I leave.
See, so now you got them and you're ready.
Yes.
Man, that's nice though. So yeah, I don't know what I'll have to get next because I've done the Presto or the React Press Presto here, the Air Max 1. I don't know. I have to see what else is out there. What else kind of catches my attention. Honestly, like I wouldn't be against getting a Vapor Max 20, but I'm still just like the price point on those kind of sucks. But for the most part, the Nike ID options I've seen for the Vapor Max 20 have been way better than the store shelf versions of the Vapor Max, right? I don't know what it is, but all the ones that I had seen were just, some of them were okay, but none of them were like make you run out and buy it right now. I mean, I got my pair, I got that stone blue pair, right? But it wasn't something I was super excited about. It was a decent blue. And I told myself when I saw it on like a grade school, like, oh, well, if this was a men's size, maybe I'd buy it. And then, of course, the next week they had it. And I'm like, well, all right. you know, since I told myself I'd buy that color, and then they put it out, and I was like, all right, well, guess that's how this is going. And I see Gigantor, he's saying that he's looking at getting, or he needs to get a VaporMax 2020 and watch the review I did. Yeah, I mean, I totally suggest you watch the review, but if you got some questions, I'll answer them right now since I got your attention. But I will say, one of the things I don't like about the VaporMax 20, and it's because they have that pull string lacing system going on, it looks a little bit flimsy. So if those lace things break, that shoe is done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a normal shoe, if like the laces break or whatever, maybe you really like those laces and you can probably find some new ones. Yeah, that's a possibility. But with something like that, with that little lace box they have and like the locking thing that you pull on the back, man, it's just not, it makes me feel a little weird about it, especially given that when you go to unlock the shoe, because you pull on like where the tongue is, like that could be putting a lot of stress on that thing.
See,
But
I tried on a pair of VaporMax 2020. I think it was the first colorway, and the aerial view of me looking down at it on my feet wasn't too impressive. It looked like I was wearing a pair of house shoes. That just threw me off. It didn't look. I didn't like how it looked on foot, so I'm not a big fan of it.
yeah, so and I get that, because that's the thing, is like sometimes I'll have to put the look aside. You know what I mean? Like unless it's like too bad, you know what I'm saying? But if it's just like slightly unappealing, I can look past that. Which is the thing I say about like the 350s. Like they're super comfortable, but if people don't like them, I'm not going to be the guy to try to sell anybody on the look, because I get it. But he asked about the sizing with those VaporMaxes. So the sizing to me it's a true to size fit, just like the previous ones was. The difference here is that because the VaporMax 20s are made with recycled materials, recycled yarns and all that stuff, they're not quite as stretchy, you know what I'm saying, as a normal Flyknit shoe. It's the same thing with the Ultra Boost 19 versus 20, right? Because Prime Blue versus Prime Knit, same situation. So it does feel pretty good still. It's just like if you're trying to move your toes around, they feel like they're a little more secured in there. It's not bad, it's just slightly different. But one thing that I will give the nod to for the VaporMax 20 over the Flyknit 3s or the VaporMax 2s or whatever, they are overall more comfortable walking in them, because they redesigned the actual bubbles to be thinner, and they're not so broken up. You know what I mean? It just flows better when you're walking in them. Right out of the box, they feel like a more broken in pair of the VaporMax 3, which is good, because that VaporMax 3, like brand new, those things are a little stiff. And even for me, like I have a few pair that I've broken in a good bit from like running and stuff. If I don't run in a pair for a while, it's like they go back to being stiff. So I got to like walk around and maybe do like a quick workout or something just to kind of get them loosened up again. It's a little inconvenient, but is what it is. Let's see. Let's see. I have respectfully retired from the sneaker purchases. And okay, so McFly has decided that he is going to turn my little chat section into his own personal house of lies. People, do you see this on the screen here?
I see that.
No, he has not retired. If I,
He might have retired for just today only.
Yeah, because I know, like, I'll talk to McFly. I remember when he got those Ventos, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna buy anything." He's like, "I don't know, man. Like, I'm seeing them for this price over here." It's like, "Well, let me just send you this money then." And I'm like, "All right, there's what I was talking about." The like button and stuff. Yeah, I mean, there is a like button, so do whatever you want with it. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna grab them. I can secure a pair for about 140. See, that's the thing. Like, if you can get some of those new VaporMaxes for a more in tune price with what makes sense, do it. But if you're going in there and you're going to pay like the same price that you paid for like a pair of Jubilees or some Bread 350s or anything else that costs 220, I don't know, man. Well, no, I'm just going to say no. I'm going to skip the I don't know. I'm just going to say no. Let's see. Is the obviously like the outsole or the midsole is not, because it's made from other plastic parts of other like Vapor Maxes or something like that. And the upper, it seems very similar. I haven't worn a pair of the Space Hippies, but having looked at those both a number of times now, it's probably like the same type of yarn because it's got that same sort of like dirty look to it. Like it was just, it looks like, you know how when you have like a dryer and there's that lint thing that you're supposed to clean out, it looks like that thing after you've done like a bunch of laundry. It's not super appealing, and that's just like up close, but I get it. It's just part of the design. I used to bring fly nets in the bathroom when I shower. The Steamworks wonders on them. These are little life hacks he's bringing in here. Hey, Vlad, what's going on, man?
I just checked the back of the size tag, and it actually has a production date on it.
Does it? I did not notice that. Huh. So it does. That's pretty all right. It's kind of hard to get in there and show that, but
Yeah, I took the whole all the laces out and everything.
oh, I bet you did. Over there being all. Let's see if I can make the screen just a little bit bigger. Is that going to even show up in there? Kind of, sort of. You can see like down here, it does slightly show it. Not a whole lot, but I'll probably have a better picture when I do like the actual video, but it does say 12/3/20 because that's the day that they actually made the shoe.
So mine says 12/5.
12/5. Okay. Yeah, because I know I did put my order in like, I think that's the order date then, because I know I put my order in and then I asked you for which one you wanted, and you sent it like the next day maybe. But yeah, so I guess that's just the order date. But yeah, so Vlad's in here. Appreciate that. I know I was talking to him the other day, he was trying to figure out if he's going to go for those red 12s or those blue 13s.
Neither.
Well, as a colorway, if I had to go with it from that route, the 13s. But because I go with it from my route, being me, the 12s.
You like those 12s, the red 12s?
I'm not saying I like them. I'm just gonna get them. There's a fine line in there, right? Because I think most people have done that, where like they're not excited about the shoe necessarily, but there's something about it that puts it in there, like it's just cleared, like they're like, yep, I'm getting this. Like it's a 12, I'm getting it. That's how I feel, right?
Oh, that's your favorite silhouette?
Yeah, right. So when those pop up, it's like, unless something goes wrong, I mean, even those, what is it? What are those lows I got? The 12 lows that came out a while ago. Oh man, I do not like the 12 low. But
I can't wait to see your review.
It's in the collection. What's that?
Can't wait to see your review.
Oh, well, hopefully, someone comes through for me, like whether it be Finish Line or Foot Action or Champs or Jimmy Jazz, or somebody hopefully comes through for me with these 12s, and I'll definitely have a review for it. Yeah. Let's see. Then Inspector BX finding out all the secrets.
yeah, Giganto. I had to do, my little good inspection of the shoe to find things that, I'm not used to seeing.
Yeah, see, Vlad, he's another 12 guy, so he knows what I'm talking about. Hey, Robert Valentine, what's going on? Did you find those 97s you were asking me about the other day? I mean, they're probably, because I didn't buy mine like several years ago. I think it was late 17 or 18. So they're probably out there still somewhere. Oh, yeah, but I meant to say, like, see, she knows, like, McFly, he probably has something coming in right now. Let's see, BX, you should buy all the red 12s and so. Okay, because he is clearly against me. Well, about buying all the red 12s and whatnot. That doesn't sit well with me, homegrown. I thought we were better than that. But to show that I'm the bigger man, I'm not going to point out all your grammatical errors in that sentence of yours. So we'll just call it even there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna let the red 12s. Let them pass for somebody who really wants them. I don't want them. I don't need them. Someone else is gonna pick them up that wants them. They can have them.
Yeah, they're like I said, like they look, and I try not to look at stuff too much because I like to save as much as I can for the actual review, give you guys an initial reaction, so to speak. But from the glimpses I've seen, because you can't avoid anything really nowadays, they remind me of those reverse taxi 12s, and that puts my mind in a not so great place. I'll say that. I don't hate those shoes. They're fine, but there was room for improvement. We'll just leave it at that. Let's see. There's a picture online about the next 12 that should drop next spring, summer, all white with red, all white. Oh, those ones that look like the Phoebus, but without the fancy little etching. Yeah, I don't get that. It's like,
Do you have the Chinese New Year 12s?
The ones where you can like pull away the fabric. Yeah, I got those.
Oh, so you're really 12 connoisseur, huh?
Dude, yeah. It's one of those things where, so backing up several years, like when I was in 9th grade and the 12 came out, I remember seeing a friend of mine in school with them, and I didn't know what it was. I just knew that it was cool looking. I was like, man, whatever that dude has on his foot, like I wouldn't mind having that too. And later on I learned that it was a Jordan, and later on I learned that it was a 12, whatever. So when I started buying shoes and someone was like, yo, there's some Jordan 12s coming up next month. I'm like, oh, really? A Jordan 12, you say? So 20 years later, I got my first pair.
Which was what? What was your first pair?
The Master 12s.
Oh, the all black ones?
Yeah.
They call them the tax time 12s.
Yeah, because I got those and also got the Kobe 11 eulogies the same day because they came out on the same day.
So which is your favorite 12 of all time?
Oh, I guess the what do you call it? The Obsidian would be the favorite. I don't have it, but maybe one day. They've been making me think that it was coming soon for a while, and it's been like 4 years. So I don't know.
Do you think they played you when they released the Indigo?
People were like, hey man, just get this. It's like no, it's not the same. If it was the same, it'd be called the Obsidian and it would look like the Obsidian. This is called the Indigo because it's the Indigo. So yeah, I got it, and I'm interested to see what those look like over time, but you have to wear them to find out, and I haven't worn mine outside of that review I did, which is a problem. All right, I need to start doing that more. Let's see. McFly here saying next time I talk to my Tyler, I said Aggie Pride. Yeah, man, she did it. She's out there in the world now, living her best life, as she says. Let's see. Gigantic says, I tried to retire until 21, but those Grinches and Neon 95s, like, yeah, I know the 95s is a big thing for a lot of people. Not for me. I like the colorway. I got nothing against it, but I'm just not. I don't know. 95s just aren't really my thing, but I get why a lot of people do like them because supposedly they're super comfortable. I mean, it's an Air Max, like it probably is. My mom is actually a huge Air Max 95 fan. Learned that like 2 years ago. She said she bought a pair in 95 and it changed her life. For the second time, the first time being back in the 80s. Let's see. And then he missed out on the nylon 12s. I don't remember the nylon 12s. Maybe that was before my time. because I'm trying to think of what all I have that's in different materials. Because I have some wool pairs, I have some suede pairs. I have that pair that's built like a freaking tank, like the winterized 12s.
Oh, those all black ones that looks like the Master 12.
Yeah, I really like those a lot though. Like the look of them is pretty awesome. I guess now would be the time to start breaking those out, but I mean it's not quite cold down here in Virginia. Not just yet.
Isn't it supposed to snow down there like tomorrow and Wednesday?
I mean it snowed in Williamsburg a couple days ago from what I was told, but over here in Hampton it's not. I don't know, man. It hasn't seemed cold enough to really snow outside of like one day. See the playoffs, like yeah, I wouldn't mind having those in the collection too. But as far as my 12s go, like of what I do have, my favorite is going to be the University Gold because the Iowa thing and the 12 thing. Let's see, I was definitely on the fence about the red 12s, but they're one of my top 3 silhouettes. But seeing the blue 13s, what? Another favorite silhouette and color, have to get those. Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's sometimes when you do see something, it does kind of change your mind a little bit, which is why when people talk about what's coming out like next summer, it's like I pay very little attention to that because the chances of them getting delayed or canceled is high. The chances of them changing is also high. So I worry about what Nike puts on their little website and says, hey, this is coming out next week. Because usually that means that they're at least real. And usually they will also come out.
Yeah, it seems like homegrown has a little bit of a problem. Is he's going to go for the 12s or he's going to go for the 13? You know,
I mean, he could go for both. You only live once, man. Get out there and live your life. Do you? Let's see. I wish we would add pics to the chat. Come on, YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. I think you can paste. You might be able to paste links. Yes, OG Sneakers. I am in the Hampton area. Let's see. The nylon looks like reverse taxis with ripstop upper. I'll have to look those up in a minute or something. Case. Oh yeah, because you live out there near Alias. Well, I know you guys both live in Kansas City, but I don't know where there. Did you figure that out, Vlad? Are you going for the 12s or the 13s? What's going to be your pick?
I'm going for the MS95s.
Yeah, see, that seems to be a popular one, like for sure, because people have been waiting on those since earlier this year when they threw those. What was that they threw out? The Jordan 4?
Yeah, so Jordan 4 95 colorway. Yeah, I like those past two. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah, that was crazy because like they came out for, I think they were also in that 220 range, and they didn't sell so hot, but the price was dropped on those like the next week. Even if it wasn't like the retail price drop, it was like they were taking all kinds of coupons on like Foot Locker or something, and people were. This was again a week after they came out. People were getting them for like 180 or something.
I want to know what Bobby's thoughts are. Are those Nike Air these cheeks, Bobby?
And Bobby, he wanted me to go for the 95s for him. 6 or 7. Remind me what size you wanted. I know you sent me a message, so I could just go to that. But if you're still listening, just say it in there so I remember. Because did those release soon? Like, is that this week or next week? Yeah, man, definitely. Like, I'm here. Like, let me know, man. Definitely hang out or something. But yeah, Bobby, let me know which size it was that I was supposed to be going for. Because I'm guessing now that people are talking more about them, they must be on the. Are they in this week's raffle?
Yeah.
Like on Foot Locker and.
I think they are.
Because I don't know. And let's see, what is he saying? 95s over both. Yeah, I mean, looking at, speaking from an unbiased opinion, I would probably say that the 95 would be the more appealing one because it's something that it's something that you could wear more often, right? Because if you're going for something that's comfortable and has a pretty decent look to it, that's got a pretty good balance of both going on there. With like the obviously being the Air Max thing and just the green and the gray. It's not crazy bright like some of those like my Volt Vapor Maxes and stuff. Let's see. I'm gonna try the self-lacing 11s. That is a mystery.
I'm not paying $500 for a shoe.
Okay. That is a mystery to me as to why that shoe exists.
Okay. It's, I think they made that for the 25th anniversary of the Jordan 11. However, I'm good. I don't need a shoe to lace itself. I'm pretty capable of doing that.
Yeah. And honestly, because a lot of my shoes that I just throw on or whatever, I don't lace, or excuse me, I don't tie. You know what I mean? Like they're tied, they're good. Like the Ultra Boost and stuff, I just slip that on and I just go on about my day. So.
Oh, you could do that with Ultra Boost.
Yeah. But that's just me. Like I'm just so used to just throwing something on and heading out. Obviously it's not often, but when I do wear my like Jordans and stuff, I do have to tie those tie those and stuff. But that's to be expected. I mean, I can't just slip my foot into one. Maybe some people can, because I know some people wear them loose or whatever, but not me. I like that slightly more snug fit. Let's see, yo. You said those self-lacing 11s are gross. The Ultra 4D. So I do not have one. No, it's because Adidas told me no when I entered a raffle some weeks back. Remember when they did it was a black and purple pair, or it might have been dark Concord, depending on who you ask. But either way, it was like a dark purple and black kind of pair. But those did come out later in larger amounts. The timing wasn't good for me, because $220, that's a sizable amount to pay for something. But I am interested to get a pair, because some of my complaints about the ZX4000 4D were largely related to the upper. And given that this will have the Ultra Boost upper, it's got to feel better, right? It's probably going to be a lot lighter. So I'm looking at those as like an overall better 4D experience. And I'm just hoping that it works.
You have 4D?
Yeah, the 4D.
A lot of people say that though. The only thing about those is that no rocks get into the midsole, little pebbles.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, I guess you just gotta do one of those numbers. 313's calling me out for a battle of the 12s. It's like that could be a good time.
Seems like everybody wants to battle you nowadays.
I support it. Yeah, ever since I proved my worth on the second season of Who Has the Heat, when I was cleanly swept by Juggernaut of Souls, yep, now everybody's coming for me.
Oh, that was what, a year and a half ago?
When was that? That was because I had just started the YouTube thing. So I want to say it was like March of last year. Yeah, March of last year sounds right.
I think your collection have grown since then. So,
I mean, the thing is, like, I only had so much in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But yes, my collection. I had other stuff that was like away in storage, and obviously now I have all that stuff with me, plus whatever I bought in the last year and a half. So, like, when it comes to like the whole sneaker battle thing, right? Like, I'm not really like one of the people that's generally brought into that conversation, because it just, people know me for what they know me for, and it's not having an amazing collection. But if you like go through what I do have, like there's some gems in there. You know what I mean? You might have to like do some digging. It's like past a bunch of GR Air Maxes or something, but some stuff pops up in there, and you're like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. Like, wow, and something that are just a little bit different. But it's weird, I like what I have going on over here. I'm not trying to say like I should change anything. I'm cool with it, but it's just I'm not not always the one to put myself out there for that. But
Yeah, I don't have a. I think my collection is subpar as well, and
right. But see, and that's the thing. But like, yet the times you've been on here, you've run through at this point 4 different people. You know what I mean? So, but no, I'm not one to back down either. So let's do it. Let's do it. I'm now on record as saying it.
okay.
Let's
So
see.
313, he said he's good with it.
Let's see. Yeah, man, like I want to like those reverse flute games because it's a 12. But I'll give you, assuming things go in my favor, expect as usual an honest review of what I think when they happen. Oh, you got those sale ones? Man, those were looking pretty nice, man. Like I saw the email way late, but I clicked on it thinking they'd still be around. But I think the biggest size they had at that point when I clicked on it was 8.5, something like that. And I was like, I mean, even with the prime knit and like the prime knit stretches over time, like it does with like 350s and stuff, like that's a stretch even for me. Like I can't go down that far. Let's see. Chase and Jay said the Jordan 11 self-lacing is a glass case cob not to be put on feet. And I get that. I know some people buy things because it's like collector's pieces and whatnot. I'm just like, sometimes some of my shoes feel like collector's pieces because I haven't worn them yet, but the intent is always there. It's just sometimes it takes a bit. I ran across my channel on YouTube reviewing 12s and stuck with them for everything. Appreciate that a lot. I've had a couple people that found my channel by the wrestling stuff, and then they just stuck around because like, well, I'll watch a shoe review once in a while. So
You taking the 13s over the 95s and the 12s? Wow.
oh, hold on. Let me find this picture real quick. BX, hold it down. Let me pull this.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm here. What you walked into was shoes up, sleeves down. Put up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What?
Go ahead.
Okay. My bad. Didn't mean to cut you off like that.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Had a revelation. Yeah, man. Like the nylon. Okay. When I think of that particular pair, I think neoprene. But yes, nylon, neoprene, whatever. Those 12s that you guys were talking about, those are my rainy day 12s. I keep those by the door because like they're water resistant, not waterproof, but water resistant. So it's handy for days like today when it's raining.
So Amir was wondering, what did he walk into? What did he pull up on?
Oh, BX conned me into buying him some shoes, and that's why we're here.
don't put that narrative out there in the public.
Is that not what happened?
No, that's not what happened.
Oh, really? Tell your side of the story while I go through these.
My side of the story is that you had a contest going on where someone designed a pair of shoes, and if you like them, you'll buy them. And then you turned around and said, "Well, since you won, I'll get you a pair of shoes as well from Nike ID for the same price or less." And that's where we're at right now. I'm here. We just did a double unboxing. You missed it.
So yeah, I picked up. Well, I got these that he designed. Got the name on the back, right? And then you still have yours by you, BX?
Yeah, I was doing a lace swap.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you. And Alias popped in there with the little donation. I do appreciate that, man. So see that he's got the anniversary style, but he's got some slight adjustments. Actually, let me pull this up. Keep forgetting to make the screen big.
Yeah. The difference is, like I stated earlier, was the red sock liner and red airbag. But I did swap out the laces though, because those laces, I think those are the worst part of the shoe. It's these like plastic laces that they give.
Mm-hmm.
So I always have spare laces on me from Nike and things like that. So I just switched the laces out to regular white laces, not the plastic ones that they give you these. So
I got you. Yeah, I am. Man, I'm super lazy when it comes to like lacing shoes. Like somebody asked me to do a video of the court purple ones with those tie-dye style purple laces that came with them. And I did not like those laces, but I put them in and I did the review because I was like, you know what? I've got nothing else to do right now. And I was like, all I got to do is a quick like 2 minute on feet, do a voiceover, and we're done. So sure, why not? And I meant to like take those out, put the black laces back in there. It just never happened, and that's part of the reason I haven't worn those shoes yet, because I need to get those other laces out of there, man. Let's see. Yeah, man, it's weird because like I was in somebody else and on DJ Dell's channel the other day, and people were like, oh yeah, over here in Virginia, blah blah blah. I'm like, wait, what? And then someone else said, yeah, I'm over here in so and so, and blah blah blah. So it was like all of a sudden, just everybody from Virginia just popped into this chat all at once.
So 313, quick question: is this battle between the 12s on your channel or Shoes Up Sleeves Down channel? So we can know where to pull up.
Yeah. Let me know if I need to cut a promo or anything and get the crowd worked up.
You know he's the king of promos and those what do you call it? What they call them again? Those thumbnails.
Oh yeah, I do what I can. You know, it's entertaining.
How long did it take you to put that thumbnail together for today? It was like what, 30 minutes?
Yeah, something like, because I had to find a picture of a box, and then I already had the picture of you from recently, and then I scroll through, like usually I go through like my Instagram things. I'll post pictures of myself fairly regularly. I was like, let me find the last picture I took of me, and I was like, oh, that one. So I'm like, well, I guess that's what we're going with. But yeah, like 313, we'll definitely work something out. We'll do a little 12-on-12 battle. You know, that'll be all right. You know, see where we can get that thing worked in, and then at some point, you know, like I was saying before, we did the battle yesterday, had a nice little twist on it. So if you caught that, you know what I'm talking about. Probably do one again. I don't know, because like the last group of battles that I did, as 313 knows, because she was there for the tag teams, of which she is still undefeated. Just saying, her and Keep Pushing Kicks. I did those because like Who Has the Heat was taking their little break, because like they do that from time to time. I was like, okay, well, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. So now it's like I have to see what things are looking like on their side, see what things look like on my side, you know, figure out when it makes sense. And then, like I said, I have another idea or two that I would like to throw out there, or I could just revisit some of the past ones that we've done, because they seem to be well received by the general public. And like you said, yeah, it's just fun, you know. Like I know some people get a little worked up in theirs, but it's all in the type of person you're dealing with, honestly. So yeah. Someone like her, and Vlad saying he would take a day off work for that. Well, I tell you what, Vlad, let me know what your schedule is generally like, and I'll try to work around that. You know what I mean? Just so it's maybe on the right day or the right time of day, and we, go from there. 'Cause like the one I did yesterday, it was midday, which is a little early for some people because it's like 1 p.m. here. And then that means that the California guys, it's kind of early on their side of the world. But my UK people, it's only like 6 p.m. there, so they're able to jump in. It's just, you want to do what works for everybody. And then, of course, I got to make sure people like BX can be there to call the action right down the middle, of course.
Listen, that's one of the things about my job is that I have a lot of free time. So, I'm usually awake by like 5 and at work by like 8. And I get out like 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Okay.
I don't work weekends. I don't do that. I'm above that.
So, all right. So I'll have to keep that in mind. But I know you said you was the next Tuesday through however long, then because you'll be.
But I still have my laptop with me. I just won't be. I just won't be in the States, but I'll have my laptop and everything with me.
Okay. So yeah, I'll keep in touch because I mean, to anybody that does watch those, like, I don't always have the same people because it's not like it's a only these people are allowed to come on my channel. I'll let anybody in there. Usually I have a link pasted and stuff, but today it was like a different sort of setup. So I mean, if in the future, if anybody wants to, jump in and be like a judge on something, or you just want to jump in and add some commentary when I'm just talking about random stuff, please, because there's going to be an upcoming live. First, I need to watch Purple Rain, but after that, there's going to be a live little recap review or something with Kim Strong. Some of you guys know that name.
What's wrong with Bobby? I work doctor hours.
Hey,
it's just I was just fortunate to I don't know.
Because that's the thing. I mean, everybody's got their hours. Like Bobby. Like I know at one point, and maybe still, he was working like an overnight shift because he was like missing out on some shoes or something like that. So I get it. Then you have other people there are some people that I don't think they work. I think they just live their life, But then there's some people that are just constantly not available. I don't know, man. I do all right. I got a good balance here on days like this anyway. But let's see, how long we've been? It's been about an hour. Okay. Probably go ahead and start getting things wrapped up here, unless anybody has any questions or whatever they want to ask while we're here. Be free to answer whatever, you want to talk about some of your shoes you picked up or something. But otherwise, because, I don't want to take up all your time, but I also got to leave a little bit for myself too, because I got to knock out a review after this. Is this phone even charged? It's good enough.
Well, the only question that I had was the 313. Is this 12 battle on your channel or on her channel? If she's still in here to answer that question. And only other thing I had to say was thank you. I appreciate the kind gesture. I didn't expect this. I was just doing it for the fun of designing sneakers on Nike ID. And I'm happy you like something that I designed. And now I can say that I have a shoe that I designed and somebody else is wearing. It's pretty dope to me. So
yeah, right.
I said, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for you. Appreciate you. And anytime you need me, you know how to get in contact with me.
All right, definitely.
Here. And like Bobby said, I work doctor hours, so I'm always available.
Okay, she says she doesn't care. She'll get with me. Okay, cool. And of course, like also, you got my number too. It's on the box anyway. So, it's right 757 number.
Oh yeah. I see it.
Or, save it sometime, because sometimes it's good to be able to get like directly to people when like you can't get into Instagram or you just need to call somebody for something. But yes, save it, use it. But for now, Vlad was saying that. Okay, and yes, like I said, she's saying right there, she'll get with me. All right, cool. We'll definitely work that out. That'll be a good time. And Vlad saying this was great. Have a great one to all of us. And have a great one to all of you guys, too. I do appreciate it. BX's link, if you want to check him out on Instagram, that's down there in the description below. But otherwise, to anybody out there, wherever you are and all that good stuff, I'll do my normal outro. So you guys know where my channel is. It's right here in front of you. So if you are subscribed, that's pretty cool. If you're not subscribed, that's pretty cool too, because that means you still found yourself here and decided to watch. But regardless of how you made it here, I appreciate you being here. But for now, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And like I said, I'll be back a little bit later with an actual review of these. Probably knock that out tonight, probably post that tomorrow. But until then, there's a whole bunch of videos out there on the internet. 313's got a bunch of them. Bobby Sneaker World has a bunch of them. Maybe one day Vlad will have some of them. So go check out some of their channels too, all right? I'm not the only guy out there. But for now, later, people.
Later.
OG, talk to me, man. We'll figure something out. All right, later.
Later.